Michael Jackson, universally known as the King of Pop, was one of the most influential figures in music history. His death on June 25th, 2009, at the age of 50, stunned the world, sending shockwaves through his legions of fans and the entertainment industry. While the official cause of his death was determined to be acute propofol intoxication administered by his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, many conspiracy theorists have questioned the true nature of his passing. One such theory that has gained traction over the years is that Michael Jackson's death was not a tragic accident, but rather a planned Illuminati sacrifice. This theory is fueled by his life, his rise to fame, and a series of mysterious events that seemed to align with this dark narrative. Michael Jackson's career was nothing short of extraordinary. He broke records, transcended genres, and became a global icon whose influence extended far beyond music. Songs like Billie Jean, Thriller, and Beat It revolutionized the music industry, while his innovative music videos, such as the iconic Thriller, changed the way artists presented their work to the world. His talent was unparalleled, but with great fame came great scrutiny. In the eyes of many, Michael Jackson's immense wealth, global influence, and popularity made him a prime candidate for attracting the attention of secret societies, most notably the Illuminati. This is a shadowy group often depicted in conspiracy theories as being behind world events, controlling powerful figures, and manipulating society for their own purposes. The idea that Jackson could have been involved, or perhaps even sacrificed by, such a group became the basis for the theory surrounding his death. The Illuminati, a secret society believed to have existed since the 18th century, is often cited as the ultimate puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes of global politics, entertainment, and media. They are said to manipulate events and individuals to maintain control over the masses. As rumors about the Illuminati's influence on celebrities began to swirl, Michael Jackson became an increasingly prominent figure associated with these claims. Over the years, conspiracy theorists have pointed to the numerous symbols present in Jackson's music videos, performances, and public life as evidence of his involvement with the Illuminati. Critics suggest that these symbols, such as the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, and references to mind control, were not coincidental, but deliberate messages meant to signal his allegiance to the secretive group. Take, for example, the music video for Thriller. With its zombie-filled imagery, dark themes, and eerie storyline, it could be argued that Jackson was subtly referencing occult practices and rituals in the most mainstream way possible. The visual of the pyramid and the all-seeing eye, both key symbols associated with the Illuminati, have been cited as clues embedded within his work. In Smooth Criminal, another iconic music video, the frequent use of sharp angles and distorted perspectives led many to draw comparisons between Jackson's actions and mind control tactics, which are commonly linked to Illuminati theories. Whether intentional or not, the symbolism present in Jackson's art only served to fuel speculation and intrigue surrounding his ties to the Illuminati. It wasn't just the imagery in his music videos that raised suspicions. Michael Jackson's personal life was another area of concern for conspiracy theorists. Jackson had always been an enigmatic figure. His childhood, marked by an abusive relationship with his father, and his transformation as he grew older, both physically and emotionally, gave rise to numerous theories. As he became more reclusive and eccentric in his later years, many began to speculate about his mental and physical well-being. His behavior, including his numerous plastic surgeries and his increasingly bizarre public appearances, added fuel to the fire of those who believed he was under the influence of a secret group. There were reports of Jackson's obsession with certain subjects, such as the mystical and the esoteric, and his frequent references to his dreams of performing in grand spiritual ways, leading some to think he was entangled in deeper occult practices. The period leading up to Jackson's death is also seen by some as a series of strange and coincidental events that could suggest something more sinister was at play. Michael had been preparing for his highly anticipated This Is It concert series, set to begin in the summer of 2009. This was poised to be one of the most significant comebacks in music history. Yet, Just weeks before his scheduled performances, he died under mysterious circumstances. Was it a coincidence that he passed away at the very moment he was preparing for this grand return to the stage? Some conspiracy theorists argue that this was no accident, that Jackson's death, rather than his comeback, was the final act in a larger plan orchestrated by powerful forces. The official story surrounding his death involves Dr. Conrad Murray, Jackson's personal physician, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter for administering the fatal dose of propofol. However, many feel that the situation surrounding Jackson's passing was too convenient, especially considering his vulnerable state. Why, they ask, would Jackson trust his life to a doctor with such questionable practices? Some believe that Murray was not just an incompetent physician, but a pawn in a larger game, one in which Jackson was being slowly driven toward his demise. Dr. Murray's involvement is seen by some as a part of a carefully executed plan to silence Jackson, who was potentially becoming too powerful or too much of a threat to those controlling the world's entertainment industry. Adding to the sense of conspiracy is the timing of Jackson's death. The world mourned his loss, but in the days that followed, whispers of foul play began to emerge. Some conspiracy theorists suggested that his death was not simply a tragic end to an iconic career, but part of a broader ritualistic sacrifice orchestrated by those in power. Such sacrifices are said to be a means of ensuring continued influence, wealth, and control for the Illuminati, a dark practice that, according to these theories, happens frequently in the entertainment world. The notion that Jackson's death was a sacrifice for the Illuminati gained momentum with the idea that he may have become too rebellious, too vocal, or too powerful to be allowed to continue influencing the masses. As we look at the larger picture, there are even more unsettling elements that conspiracy theorists point to. Michael Jackson's music, particularly in his later albums, became more political, touching on themes of social justice, global unity, and economic inequality. In songs like They Don't Care About Us, he directly addressed systemic oppression and corruption. Was Jackson, with his massive platform and immense reach, speaking out against those who might control such systems? Some argue that his increasingly bold messages, challenging the status quo, could have been seen as a direct threat to the powers that be, prompting the Illuminati to take drastic measures. Ultimately, the idea that Michael Jackson's death was a planned Illuminati sacrifice remains one of the most intriguing and controversial theories in celebrity conspiracy culture. While there is no conclusive proof to support these claims, the strange symbols in his work, the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death, and his own public battles make for a compelling case. Was Michael Jackson simply the victim of a tragic overdose, or did his death play into a larger, more sinister narrative controlled by those in power? For many, the question remains unanswered, and his legacy continues to be intertwined with the dark rumors that surround his untimely demise. Whether you choose to believe in the conspiracy or not, Michael Jackson's life and death continue to captivate the world, fueling both admiration and suspicion alike.